according to the federal government, in 2014, 620,000 people were arrested and charged with the marijuana. That means at a rate of every 51 seconds, a new person was being arrested. So, since Proposition 64 was passed, many states and countries began to implement propositions similarly to it. Today, I will discuss with you guys Proposition 64. I will first talk about the origins. Second, I will talk about the economic impact. And third, I will talk about the social impact. So first, I will talk about the origins of marijuana and laws firstly applied to it. So Proposition 64 allows for the recreational use of marijuana for people turning 21 and over. Marijuana has many names. It has been known as Mary Jane, pot, cannabis, etc. This drug was first deemed illicit by the federal government. Since then, since many people began to be open to it, the federal government has begun to decriminalize it and make it more open for people. Second, I will talk about the economic impact it has on our society. In September of 2016, 18.2 million was raised for yes on this law, on the proposition, yes for this proposition, and 82,000 was raised on no for this proposition. You could really tell how significantly this proposition will help our society. Most of the people that donated yes for this bill were mostly like entrepreneurs or people who own larger businesses. This proposition will implement two new taxes. These taxes the first tax will be a cultivation tax. This tax would tax the leaves and the flowers individually. And then the second tax would be a processing distribution tax. The state and local government will be able to regulate the taxes, and then these taxes will be able to benefit youth programs, the highway patrols, and many other programs. Third, I will talk about the social impact of Proposition 64. Proposition 64 has been, like I said earlier, has been recently open to many other states on the ballots. States like Colorado, Washington, Seattle, and California have either implemented or proposed this proposition. Many other countries such as Mexico, Belize, Brazil, Costa Rica has also thought about proposing and implementing this tax. In conclusion, I hope I talked to you guys about Proposition 64. I talked about the origins and the laws first implemented on Proposition 64. I talked about the social, and then I talked about the economic impact of Proposition 64. I hope this information has helped you guys on deciding whether you're going to vote yes or no on this bill.